Hello, my name is Milan Rawls, and I will be presenting on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So what is Maslow's hierarchy of needs? This was introduced by Abraham Maslow to talk about what motivates people to pursue certain actions. These pursuits are performed because people feel the need to fulfill all 5 stages of needs. These needs range from basic complex to basic needs, which we'll discuss. Now, where did it come from in general? Like I said earlier, it was introduced by Abraham Maslow, who's a psychologist from Brooklyn, New York. It was first mentioned in his 1943 paper, A Theory of Human Motivation. Now, while the findings in this paper were conducted all by Maslow himself, it was highly influenced by many psychoanalysts that you might know the name of. These range from Albert Einstein, Alfred Adler, Erich Fromm, and even Eleanor Roosevelt. These influences pushed Maslow to create the hierarchy of needs, which now we'll get right into. The first stage is very basic, it's physiological needs, which all humans need in order to ensure survival. Humans require physical and internal safety. Some examples include by food, shelter, clothing, and sleep. Humans cannot ensure physical or internal safety without any of these, and I'm sure that there's much more examples. Now, this is a hierarchy of needs because one cannot move on to the next stage unless the first stage, the bottom base, is met. In our case, it's the physiological needs. If one cannot obtain all physiological needs that they need in order to ensure survival, then they cannot move on, meaning that their mental status shall be taken over by the fact that they haven't obtained said needs yet. I'm sure we've all been doing homework when our stomach's rumbling. This is an example of physiological needs. Our mind was fogged by the fact that we were so hungry that we couldn't focus on the homework. We couldn't do what we needed to do at a certain time because our physiological needs had not been yet met. Now, stage 2 is our security and safety needs. One requires these feelings of certainty in order to feel as though they held control and maintained security. Now, these needs can look very different. It can look on a physical or financial basis. Physical would look like shelter, health, and safety resources, much like the physiological needs. And on a financial standpoint, it could look like employment. We have progressed to stage 2, but much like stage 1, if one cannot meet these security and safety needs, then they cannot move on to stage 3, 4, or 5. If one cannot meet these physical safety or financial safety needs, then it shall take a toll on their mental status, as once again, their brain will be fogged and their mind will be clouded on how they can meet these needs. Because of this, feelings of uncertainty can arise within the individual. Now, in stage 3, it's social needs. Every individual requires the feeling of affection and love in order to feel acceptance in social scenarios. Humans require friendship, family, intimacy, and a sense of belonging. Now, they don't need all of these, but in order to feel secure in their social standpoint, one might require all. Not to sound like a broken record, but one cannot move on to stage 4 or 5 without meeting these needs. Without feeling all of these emotions, an individual is destined to be uncomfortable in their environment and not confident in not only themselves, but to those around them. If one doesn't acquire these emotions, they might not feel comfortable in the scenario in which they are put in, which can once again hinder their mind's ability to be at its full potential. Moving on to stage 4, we meet someone's ego needs. Now, every individual strives to obtain confidence in themselves, along with striving to gain the confidence of those around them. Personally, humans might need the feelings of success, confidence, freedom, and independence all within themselves. But with others, humans might need the feelings of status, recognition, or prestige. These might seem detrimental on the outside for one to obtain. However, to have these really ensures the confidence of not only yourself, but also your peers. Individuals inevitably crave power, control, or recognition. Without building a sense of ego, humans inevitably lose their sense of confidence. Last but not least, for stage 5, we have the self-actualization needs. Each person must feel as though they have reached their full potential in order to live a fulfilling life. Now, this could obviously vary person to person on what someone's life is dedicated to. This could look like financial abundance, having millions and millions of dollars, dedicating oneself to charity, academic success, breaking through with research, or even social abundance and having lots of friends. Now, what does this hierarchy now represent? In the classroom, all students are going to live by this hierarchy of needs. This will not only happen in the classroom, but outside of the classroom at whatever home may look like from student to student. As an instructor, teacher, or mentor, it's important to recognize that students may feel as though they need to live by these hierarchy of needs in order to live a fulfilling life. It's important for teachers to recognize where their students may feel like they're lacking, whether that's confidence, trust, safety. It's important for teachers to know and recognize and to make the change. This may be hard. It may be hard for students to be liked. It may be hard for students to be trusted. However, it starts at the bottom. Making sure students have a comfortable and safe living environment is ground level zero. That should be obtained, rule number one. Starting at one and working our way up, making sure that all students meet all of these needs will ensure a better classroom for not only instructor but also students. That is my presentation, and thank you, and yeah.